Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Okay, radio check, radio check. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are, okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 29.1. Russell and Hamilton. And we're in front of Albon, Hulkenberg and Ocon.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow. And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow. And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow. Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium, and 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Hayes, George Russell and Ocon, Antonelli, Albon, Piastri and Pierre Gasly, Sainz, Hulkenberg and Sir Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, Lawson, Pierce, Jack Doohan and Gabriel Bortoleto, Verstappen, Stroll, Behrman and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'd give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check. Right, mate, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but I want you to treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks, please. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Okay, radio check, radio check. Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check. One minute to go. And that's just 30 seconds left in the session. Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:27.9. Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc and Alonso. Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are the fastest lap at the moment, 1:27.9. Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc and Alonso.
Welcome to the Magic City. We're here at the Miami International Autodrome, the home of the Hard Rock Stadium, a multi-purpose sports and entertainment hub which has hosted Super Bowls, Baseball World Series, numerous rock concerts, and of course, as of 2022, Formula One. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long, and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, and Tsunoda, Hayes, Hülkenberg, Russell, and Liam Lawson, Piastri, Ocon, Jack Doohan, and Sainz, Pierce, Albon, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Hadjar, Behrman, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Radio check, radio check. Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. We had an issue attaching the front wing. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put it behind us and get back into this race. You only have to stop once now. One stop left. There are 22 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, the Apex is in the pits. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Gap to your teammate ahead, 10.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in 15th. Time last lap, 1 minute 37.3. Joshua's coming in for his stop. And that's Joshua in the pits. Joshua in the pits now. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.4 seconds. There are 20 laps of fuel left. Gap to your teammate behind, 12.2 seconds. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, we've got 10 laps of fuel to go, 10 laps of fuel left. The car behind's tyres are in a much better condition than yours. We'll need to keep an eye on their times. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Joshua's coming in for his stop. Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 42.9. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, clear. Okay, good work. Great pass. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. DRS has been enabled, DRS is now enabled. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.4 seconds. You sat in P8, well done. Okay, gap to leader, 7.8 seconds. Tsunoda's ahead of you, less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, Sainz is behind you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins! From lights out to the checkered flag, each and every driver has this moment in the back of their mind. Now it's time for their celebrations. Our podium in awaits. And that is a fabulous win. And the top step of the podium for Charles Leclerc. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Hey boss, what do you make of this?
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Things are looking good. This worked out well for us, boss.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.